said I never really gave you my heart. Well, I'll offer it to you now. The only way I know how.
One of my favorite producers in the game is with us today, the good brother Will, level 13. Welcome to the show, good brother. How you feeling?
Feeling good.
Make sure we get you on. Are you on? You cool? All right.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, good. Well, again, man, welcome to the show.
Nice being here.
Pleasure here. Shout out to my brother pt1 over there, man. Again, man, this is something that we do, man. We talk to local people who do things for the culture, man, and who better than to have you up here, man. For years, you've been, like I said, Tafiti, man, supplying local artists, first and foremost, with dope music for their projects, original music. And I know you show a lot of love too, man. I know you show a lot of love to these artists. So, as being an MC, again, y'all heard the joint, Let's Get Ready, featured on Volume 2 of one of my joints, man. I want to thank you just because, you know, I know the love you show to all these local artists, first and foremost, before we even talk about other things. So, thank you for that, man. But just off the top, man, like, growing up and shit like that, what was your musical inspiration? Like, what were you listening to before you even started making beats that made you want to get into that craft?
I mean, to be honest, like, my biggest influence is probably Wu-Tang. And, like, I used to listen to Bone Thugs a lot back in the day. And mostly it was just Wu-Tang. Like, I remember buying them dudes, like, CDs and shit. Like, some of the first CDs I bought was, like Forever.
Word.
I
think we got Forever right back here, too.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Forever right back here.
I mean,
yeah, man.
Iron Man, and the Cal 2000, really, because I was kind of, like, too young to get the first Decal, you know what I mean?
Okay.
I wasn't really allowed to be buying CDs like that and shit, but
okay.
Yeah, no, Decal 2000, like I remember getting all that shit, and like DMX, early DMX is a big influence. Actually, the Firm CD and Nas's It Was Written was a couple of joints that I first like got like early, like when I was like young and shit. So that was some like pretty like inspirational shit.
So at what point did you make your first beat though? Whether even if it was something you wasn't ready, what was the first?
I started late as shit actually. Kind of subconscious about it though, cause like you know. But yeah, I started mad late. Like I didn't start until about like my mid-20s and shit. Really.
Okay.
So like I used to play piano and shit when I was younger, but yeah, I really didn't start making beats till like mad late. Okay.
Shit, man. Now let me ask you about this. As far as some producers are into using samples. Some producers are against it. I personally love it because hip hop to me was born off of using other music, like the break beats and old soul records. What's your take as far as you using samples for your music?
I mean, well, for my music, like, shit, I love sampling. Like, really, like, that's what I started with. That's what I'm gonna end up doing. You know what I mean?
Right,
like,
right.
Sampling, that's hip hop right there.
It surely is.
If it's not sampling, like, I don't know. It might just be rap music. You know what I mean? But I do respect it. Like, you know, I got caught off some shit, so I had to do a couple beats. Like recently, with some big shits where, you know, I had to like not sample. You know what I mean? But generally, like, you don't get the feel. Like, the feel is in the sample. So it's like. That's just where it comes from, you know what I mean?
Now I had this discussion with a producer who I won't name, and he refuses to do it, and we had got a little, not heated, but he was arguing how he was saying it's not hip hop, and I'm like, dude, how long you been listening to hip hop? Because again, like in the early days, that's all that people were doing, right? They were sampling other stuff, so you know, me personally, I enjoy it. Now, the one thing about sampling though, like for instance, back in the day, a friend of mine, Mike B, shout out to him, did a record for me. And I didn't even get to put it out, and yet another producer must have found the same sample. Has that ever happened to you where you might have came up with a crazy beat, had the perfect sample, but before you got it out there, you might have heard another producer come up with that?
Yeah, no, that shit happens. I can't think of offhand like who it was. I mean, I'll probably hear about it from somebody tomorrow though.
Right. Do you remember the song or the sample itself or shit like that? Yeah, because that shit happens. I know. That's why I was curious, man.
Yeah, it does though, because sometimes like it's just like the vibe. It's like the fucking zeitgeist, I guess you'd call it. You know what I mean? It's just ideas. They just come out of nowhere sometimes. You know what I mean? Sometimes cats pick them up at the same time.
Word.
You know what I mean?
Word.
Not to get too esoteric on everybody, but you know what I mean? Just,
no, you're right.
It's literally in the air. You know what I mean? Like kinda, you know.
True. And sometimes, like some people might say, "Oh, they stole this from me," and some people gotta realize, like, it's a sample, it's out, or it's a song that was out there. Maybe they had the same idea you had, and sometimes that's part of the game, man. So I definitely feel you on that, man. Now, as I said, man, you hold the city down. I personally, know plenty of rappers who done spit off your beats. We played Rocky earlier. Shout out my brother Nico, and the list goes on and on as far as the local aspect of it. But you said it yourself, you started a little late. How did you get yourself in the mode to where you started presenting yourself to these bigger artists, to the Kool G Raps, and just share some light as far as how you were able to gain some of these placements with the Ras Kazz's and the likes of those guys? Like, how were you able to get to that extent? Like,
just I mean, like back in the day, like when we first started, like I started with my brother and shit. Like, basically, you just talk to people. You know what I mean? Don't be afraid. Like, just like how Jalil met up with Meek and shit on MySpace. Like, that was really happening to us too. You know what I mean? Just not with Meek, but we just go on our own route with artists that we respect and that we like just came up listening to. And social networking, man, it's kind of crazy because like old heads and shit, they were like, it's funny because like they even imagine being able to like write a letter to like fucking Rakim. You know what I mean? Back in the day, like you can't, that shit wasn't happening. Right. So like social networking, man, like MySpace especially, then Twitter, it helped out a lot, man. It opened up a lot of doors. Otherwise, you would have to be up in New York getting in like that.
True. Now I remember way before I met you, I remember y'all presence on MySpace. Like, y'all was grinding hard on there, man.
Fun times.
So that helped lead you to some of these placements, the early on joints and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, from placements to like advice from other producers. Like back then, like it was crazy as shit. But like Snoop and Jedi Mind Tricks, like I'll never forget that. Like he was one of them boys who just like. Mind you, he's also one of my favorite producers, like ever. You know what I mean? But like he was that boy. Like he broke it down. I mean, he wouldn't tell us step by step, but he gave us advice.
There was some jewels at you, man.
Same thing with Rob the Viking from Small Members. Like, you know what I mean? Like another top-notch dude, like one of my favorites. You know what I mean? He's one of them boys. He actually used to give us advice and shit, so it was kind of dope. So between like placements and just getting advice, like social networking, man, if you use it right, like it works wonders.
Now, what was your first big one? What was your first big one outside of just throwing your beats to the local guys, man? What was your first big placement, man?
Believe it or not, like even before Kool G Raps, like The Meaning to Your Love and The Real Thing, actually, shout out Ras Kazz, that's the big homie. Every time I see that dude in Philly, I always want to make sure I get to his show. I get up in there, you know what I mean? I missed him the last time I was there, but I had to leave early and shit. But like, Ras Kazz, Gotten By My Own was like our very, very, very first like bigger placement.
Word.
Yeah, so, and that was on Ras Kazz quarterly, I think it was back in 2010, no, 2009 maybe.
Okay.
So that was a year or two before G-Rap even picked us up on that joint.
Word.
So like, yo, like, Ras Kazz, man, shout out Ras Kazz. I don't know if he's gonna listen or whatever, but he might hear it. Like,
definitely shout out to him, man. Shout out to my brother Dwee, who put me on the Ras Kazz sometime in the mid to late 90s, and I've been a fan ever since too, man. Nastiest, man. One of them dudes who truly don't even get the full respect that they get. But if you hear him, whether you ever heard of him or not, when you finally hear him, and if you respect hip hop, you know the dude is major. So, would that be your most proud placement or something that what would be your most on that if you had to reflect now? I know you got some big things on the way as well, but from this point and prior so far, I know, hard to pick one maybe, but is there one that you're most proud of? Not even as far as because it's a big name, but just because you felt like the chemistry was right, the beat was perfect for this artist. Is there one that comes to mind?
I mean, Yeah, it definitely does. It's just funny because again, like, you know, G-Rap is the GOAT, but like, anytime like I get to work with a Wu member, like that shit's just crazy. Like, I don't know if I mean, if you want to answer the question.
Well, I mean,
I would have
those who don't know,
right
yeah,
there.
because you do got a placement, or I mean, originally I thought it was one. Did you say I saw you had two?
Yeah, no, it's two. It's two.
You got 2 joints on Meth's new album, man. I was definitely going to bring that up. So that's huge, man.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, like G-Rap's the GOAT. You know what I mean? Next to Jay-Z, to me, G-Rap is the GOAT.
Can't argue that.
I really did grow up listening to Math and Wu-Tang, you know what I mean? And like I didn't come across like KGR till later on, like after Jay-Z kinda, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So, and like after Nas and shit. So like G-Rap gets thorough respect, you know what I mean? But like actually like being 12 years old, 13 years old, shit, like rappers I was listening to, it was definitely like, dude, like hearing that shit, dude, I was fucking floored, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was floored. I mean, he wasn't there at the session, but like just being there and hearing him on my shit, dude, that was it for me.
Word.
That shit was crazy.
So you actually got to hear the joints already and shit too, right?
Yes.
I know that. I wish we could.
Oh, and shout out Hands On too, because he's another one of them dudes like Meth wouldn't even have heard our shit if it wasn't for Hands. So
Word,
shout out
man.
Hands On.
I can't wait to hear it, man. I mean, I'm excited for you, man. I'm excited the fact that Meth's dropping the project, but the fact that you're on it, I'm definitely going to cop that, man. I'm definitely going to cop that. Well, look, we're not done yet. Shout out to everyone tuned in. We're going to get to a few more joints that you produced. And we're going to come back for some more to interview, man. So again, level 13, my boy, bro, Will's in the building. And we got the new...
Or the damn chain? Is it me or the champagne? Is it me or the 10 range? Is it the Dame Camp?